and you gotta have attention to detail if you want to play this game. That one guy who was just like out in the middle of nowhere tying a shoe got shot at, so I tell him to get behind one of these odd wooden pillboxes that seem to pop up in Russia for no good reason except they are Russian and they build pillboxes out of wood. Maybe we're in Germany, I don't know. All I know is that it's snowing, and I'm pretty sure there's only a couple places on Earth where it snows. Russia snows, Germany, and that caught on fire at some point, so that's fun. Where else does it snow? Greenland, Iceland, Norway, Sweden. Maybe Finland? Definitely Finland. If it ends in land, I think there's a fairly good chance it snows there. Somaliland. It doesn't snow in Somaliland, but it's not called Somaliland anymore. It's called Somalia. Frankly, it doesn't matter what you call it because there's not really government there. Did you know? I learned just today that the United States is paying like the salaries for the army in Somalia. It's really a shitty army, and it doesn't know how to do anything. I think the EU is busy training it, so that's kind of confusing. But yeah, I guess we feel bad or something, so we're just gonna pay the soldiers. So I guess, I don't know, maybe that's working out pretty well. So I bought a mortar. This is a pretty large flat area, and so there's not a lot of places to hide the mortar, but conversely that makes it pretty effective because there's not a lot of places for them to hide. I did stick them behind the wood stack, and the number one reason I got the mortar was because I wanted to take on this AT gun. I certainly could have done it with another assault of submachine gunners. You saw how well that worked the first time. Man, look at that awesome mortar hit right between the things. So I decided to keep shelling it in case I can blow it up. But I certainly could have done the whole send some submachine gunners over to take the AT gun out again. But that was probably going to be bloody, and I figured I would like the mortar to defend against assaults in the future. And look at this cheeky guy trying to sneak down the middle and attack me from the side. Luckily I had some submachine gun infantry ready and prone and waiting, so I managed to shoot him, but that guy almost dies, and then he dies. So, that was fun, and of course, buy some more submachine gun infantry to shore up my defenses. I like how my opponent is probing, and the other opponent is also probing on the left and in the middle. So these guys are good, my ally's good, everybody's good. Good is relative because I haven't played for months, but it's a fantastic game, back and forth, and people taking things. So I am happy about how things are going so far, especially because I'm repairing a Hoggo, and I don't know how the Russian guy, who was trained as a submachine gunner, learned how to use a repair box to fix a Japanese tank. But I don't know, maybe he drives a Mitsubishi, so he's used to it. And in any case, that's going to be mine pretty soon, so I bought some tank crewmen. And I'm taking my time assaulting these people. That guy, I hope he gets away. Yeah, go little man. I'm trying to keep all my men alive in this assault. I don't care how much ammo or grenades or anything I expend in the assault, because I figure I'll just loot all these dead bodies, and it turns out to work pretty well. I'm not sure where that grenade was going, but it completely missed all my men, and you see I'm taking care to heal all my people and just move forward slowly and clear out this little avenue, because mostly I'm concerned with making things safe. And I thought this guy threw a grenade, so I ran the heck away. I'm not sure if I was correct or not. I'm mostly concerned with making things safe so that my mortar stays safe. We still have the middle, so I'm not too worried about that. I just wanted my defensive position to be good. And kaboom, all my men die. And I'm like, what's going on? Oh no, it's a mortar. No, it's the mortar truck. What are we gonna do? It's the mortar truck. And so I hate the mortar truck. God, I freaked the heck out. And so immediately I decide to buy a vehicle. I'm like, I'm gonna kill that fucking mortar truck. And between the mortar truck and people running up to the sandbags and killing people, all my men are dead. So I check the speeds of the two light tanks, the BA-11, the armored car, and the T-70 light tank or whatever, or T-20, T something. So anyways, I buy a BA-11, and then of course I remember I have the Hoggo, and I'm like, so I have a lot of options, and I'm very lucky that submachine gun infantry did not get a shot off. I am slightly less lucky that the AT gun got a shot off. I sort of forgot about that. I was very lucky that the Hoggo managed to blow the AT gun up, but in any case, I'm just blitzing all the way because I want this fucking mortar truck in the ground, dead, buried, 7 feet under, destroyed. Annihilated mortar truck is the bane of my existence. When I have nightmares about the mortar truck and eels, but also the mortar truck. I don't have nightmares about eels. I don't think I've ever dreamed about an eel in my entire life. What am I? I'm 21. 21 years and I've never dreamt about an eel. How fucked up is that? Maybe I have. You know, people forget dreams. Anyways, the mortar truck is like buggered off to like east bumfuck nowhere. But I am determined to hunt him down. I don't care how many light vehicles it's going to cost. I'm going to shoot the crap out of this mortar truck. And there's also a mortar on top of that hill, so I just It's like my rage level is through the roof. I'm like, I'm gonna smash Tycho smash mortars, and of course, like goddamn Hago with paper made of or armor made of paper tissue, which makes sense because I guess the Japanese buildings are also made of paper, which is why we kind of want to firebomb. Well, it's why we kind of did firebomb all their cities in World War II. We had a plan to not train bats. We were just gonna strap a bunch of firebombs to bats and then like drop them on the cities, and then the bats would go like live and like roost in the houses to sleep, and then the fire bombs would go off, and presumably the bats would die. So that seems like animal cruelty, but that was how we were going to blow up Japan. And then we realized, one, we can just firebomb the city like normal, and two, we have nukes, so we can do that, and that was fun for us, not for them. What was I talking about? Oh, crappy armor on the Japanese tanks is why his AT rifle guy, who was just walking down the road, managed to take me out. I did bum rush his mortar on the hill with my submachine gun infantry, who had slowly worked their way through that corridor, and certainly making these sort of penetrations into enemy lines are always a good idea. I do not like to rest on my laurels just because I was safe. Doesn't mean I was going to sit. And now this dude hanging out in the chateau is getting shot, and I was kind of wondering how that angle was looking. Like, it did not see... It looked like my guy was bending space and time, the laws of physics, to shoot him. So perhaps he is the one. He is Neo from the Matrix, and he knows Kung Fu. But very quickly, I believe he's going to get hit by a mortar shell. Yeah, the one is now pretty much dead. So, that was basically how the Matrix Revolutions ended, so I kind of recreated that. I don't know what the fuck happened on the right. Oh, right, I blew that thing up with my AT gun. Or with my Hago. I was like, how did the AT gun die? Why are all my people standing around it roasting marshmallows? But I remember now. So, like I said, you have to keep assaulting, and by pushing this submachine gun squad all the way up into enemy territory, I caught my enemy's submachine gun squad right out in the middle while he was assaulting. Like, if I hadn't have been pushing forward and assaulting so much, that guy would have just walked down the corridor and hit me in my home base again. But now I've got him caught out here, my mortar's pretty much dealing with him, and sure, my submachine gun squad basically died, but that's okay. My mortar took him out, and I neutralized the threat before it arrived. So I got to deal with him on my terms rather than his terms. And that's a dead guy in a house, so I hope you enjoyed that. Things are not looking so hot, meanwhile, in the middle and on the left. And also on the right, things are not looking so hot either, although I still have control of the point. I'm under constant assault. On the left, it has fallen to the enemy and has fallen for quite a while. There's a heavy tank hanging out there. In the middle, there's a light tank, just so we're watching over things. So I buy some submachine gun infantry to shore up the right. And I don't know what I do next. I think I move my mortar. I don't really need to do color commentary because you guys can see exactly what's going on. The problem with deploying sandbags when you're low in the ground is that they deploy from the location you're low in, so like they clip into the ground, so they don't give you a ton of cover, but they give you some cover. And he's in a crater anyway, so he's already a bit safe. So, you notice this game I basically bought just riflemen, submachine guns, a mortar, a light vehicle, and another light vehicle. I think that's everything. Okay, I think that's everything. So, you know, only 4 units. 5 for light vehicle, another light vehicle, mortar, 4, 5. 5! Hand! I can count them on my hand, since I have 5 fingers. And if I had 6, I could also count them. You know, some people have 6 fingers. That's a, I think it's a dominant gene, if you have 6 fingers, or something. Maybe it's not a dominant gene. There's something about genetics and 6 fingers. So, you can think about that. Yeah, you don't need a lot of units to be successful. You don't have to always be buying crazy crap. You just buy what works for you. And so here's a tank, though, so not a lot I'm going to be able to do to him on flat ground. You can sort of creep forward to a tank and hit him from the bushes or something, but there's really not a lot of cover. And so I'm just buying an AT gun to punch through. And I'm really worried that that tank is just going to kill all my submachine gun dudes who are huddling on the corpse of that BA-11. They have no cover, and now they're firing, which is the worst. And yeah, my worst fears were realized. Everybody dies. So that wasn't good. I probably should have just bugged out when I saw the tank. I was worried about just getting caught in the open and mowed down by his machine gun, but frankly, a chance of living is better than no chance of living, and those guys were just basically waiting for their deaths. Which we all are, in a way. But unfortunately my mortar is getting shelled now. Luckily that's keeping him busy. I'm going into direct control trying to line up a shot, but I'm not really sure if I'm going to be able to hit him.